Wow, this one's been a long time coming.
Holy shit. Yes.
I think I've pretty much suggested it almost every week since we finished Doctor Who.
Maybe even before.
Well, this will be complete our mutual shared watches of my top three all-time favorite films.
Okay, which are?
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which we did for the pod.
Mm-hmm.
Silver Linings Playbook, which isn't speculative fiction, so we did that just as a hang thing, and I traumatized poor Jeff.
Oh, it is a difficult watch.
Yeah, I didn't think about it like that. I'm like, it gave me so many answers regarding mental health. The book's even better. The book's amazingly written.
I gotta check that out.
And now, everything, everywhere, all at once, with a bullet. For such a new movie to go right to my top three.
It's pretty absurd how good this film is. How important it feels.
It hits. It was like they made something just for me, is how I felt when I watched it for the first time. It was something truly special, and it's a fun, weird story of the first time I saw it as well. Did you want to do the intro before I start banging on about the film?
Oh, this is our informal warm-up, really
Cool.
getting our energy, getting fired up. And then I'll do the intro. That's usually how I do it over on Shattered World. So I thought I'd try it here.
Nope, fair.
Kind of wind up, see how we feel.
I love this film so much, for so many reasons. Like, I love anything weird, like, as you can tell from at least two of my top three films.
Yeah.
Weird, relationships focused, visually stunning, creative, not like anything else you've ever seen. That's one of my favorite things in a film ever.
Yeah.
You can't look at this film and go, oh, it's just like blah, 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 blah.
I mean, that's why I bought it like 30 minutes after watching it. I was like, oh, yeah, this is one of my new favorite movies. Like, yeah, it's like, and every once in a while that'll happen. And it's like, yeah, but like a few months later, you're like, yeah, but it's really kind of subpar in all these other areas. But this one just keeps getting better. Like the more you.
I'm still getting new
it.
things out of it. So my origin story for this, I get a little bit hipster about it because I saw it before the official premiere dates. I was invited it was a first date off of the internet, and this guy had like won tickets to it through his work. And so it was for the preview session, not the premiere session, but before the official release date. They do previews. And so we went into Melbourne Central Cinema, and we were one of the only white people in the entire cinema. I had no idea. Neither of us knew anything about the film. Once I knew we were going, I'm like, well, I'm not going to Google it. I agreed, but purely based on the title. I was like, that's an original funky title. I like elongated titles in films, clearly.
Like the unbearable lightness of being, that kind of thing.
Yeah, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, which is also an awesome film.
That sounds good.
Have you not seen that? It's where Nicolas Cage plays himself.
Oh my god.
And Pedro Pascal plays like a kind of dirty Al Fayed movie producer type. And it is phenomenal. Very meta. I always think Nick Cage is at his best when he's like going weird.
Yeah, that's generally the consensus on old Nick. Let him off the leash.
Well, he's a pretty weird unit IRL. Like, he's so obsessed with Elvis, he married his daughter.
Very strange. Weird move.
But yeah, so those kind of things I was like, yes, red, yes, green flag, this all sounds like it's going to be up. But I didn't know who was in it. I didn't know who directed it. If I'd known who written and directed it, I wouldn't have even needed the title. It would have been an instant yes for me.
Because you're a Swiss Army Man fan.
I am the Swiss Army Man fan. Thank you to the lovely girls at Dude Cinema. It's one of the only ones that I went and listened to not having seen the film, because I knew they'd gone in blind as well.
Yeah.
And when they were talking, I went back to listen to it because they were talking about it as one of their, like, I think it was Alex actually on Hamo's podcast said was one of her, like, surprise loves came out of the pod, which I was so moved by Swiss Army Man that it's the only movie I've ever paid Amazon to hire.
Oh.
Normally I'm stubborn and wait till they're free.
Yeah.
I paid for this one and we got it for 48 hours and I loved it so much I had to watch it a second time within the 48 hours.
That's so good.
You know, if you're rewinding in something.
Yes. Yeah. Like you were scrubbing back to earlier scenes?
Oh, no, I mean, I just finished this film. I'm going to rewind it and watch it again immediately.
Yeah, rewind it completely. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm speaking in my 90s VHS concept of rewind. What was your first experience of Everything Ever All at Once? Like, how did you come across it? Was it recommended to you?
That's a great question. Oh, Emperor Georgiou is my favorite Star Trek character of all time.
Of course, Michelle Yeoh.
She was supposed to be working on a TV show about Section 31, which is like a secret agency that works with Starfleet in Star Trek. And it was taking a long time. And we're all like, what's going on? Why is it taking so long? And so it came through the grapevine that Michelle Yeoh had landed this big part in this important movie. And this is after Crazy Rich Asians, I think, came out to great acclaim.
Yes, because there's cutscenes from Crazy Rich Asians premiere in this film.
Wow. Okay, so her star was on the rise, and a lot of us were like, oh, she's never going to do Section 31 now. She's too fancy. And then she was nominated, and it won a bunch of awards, I think. I don't know if she won anything, but I know the movie won some awards.
After years and years and years of so many, particularly at that point, we were all oversaturated by Marvel / anything being rebooted. I think as a film-loving community, we were starved for original content. And it was absolutely served by coming out around the same time as Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Because people were like, don't watch that. If you're going to see multiverse done right, go see Everything Ever All at Once.
Before I lose my top and just melt into a puddle of slime, let's start the show. You're listening to The Great and Secret Knowledge, a speculative fiction podcast. I'm Jeff.
I'm Jessie. Hello.
Hello, Jessie. Listener, we're talking everything everywhere all at once now. If we weren't talking about it much before, it's because I put all that at the back. But either way, we're excited about this. It's one of Jessie's top 5. It's
top 3.
One of the best, most recent films I've seen in, I don't know, 15, 20 years. So,
this film gave me hope for storytelling through film. That
cinema.
We hadn't hit it all. Like, I was beginning to worry it had all been done.
Right.
And there was nothing original left.
So I'm a songwriter, right? I really like a good, tightly crafted pop song. But the best songs for me are the ones where the line begins, and by the end of it, you have a completely different understanding of the scene as it comes before. And oftentimes it's a surprise that changes the rest of the song. And I feel like this film does that it does something you've never seen before, and it propels you forward. It's not just a gimmick. Like Natural Born Killers, a lot of gimmicks, but Oliver Stone wasn't really saying anything new. This one,
no,
it's a marriage of innovation and, just rock solid storytelling.
Yeah, it's an original concept. They've done so much interesting with it, and the Daniels as a creative team, I could wax lyrical for hours on the brilliance of these two men when they get together and create. There's Swiss Army Man, and now this, and there's so many interesting little facts about it as well. Like, they originally wrote it for Jackie Chan, the Michelle Yeoh character. And through their workshopping process, they kind of just decided to flip it. And I know this because there's quotes from apparently Jackie Chan, because they know each other from doing films together way back when.
They did Super Cop 3.
He would give Michelle shit going, your boys wanted me first, But I don't think this film would be as powerful as it is without it being mother-daughter.
Oh, it's intense.
Because we get so much, if you want to get emotions, and this is one of my issues with dude cinema and just cinema in general, I think, is because women's stories are considered niche. And are considered, it's its own subject, like it's its own little niche pocket, whereas we as women always have to put our feet in the shoes of the male experience when watching film, in so many cases. And the number one way to get dudes to get emotional and be emotional about something that happens in film, father-son, every time. Like, I could rattle off 100 different films without even trying, where the center premise is around the damaged relationship between the father and the son. But we get so little of it with mothers and daughters, and I think Greta Gerwig really put something out there with Lady Bird, which is a great film. But like, if you are a woman who has a complex and challenging relationship with your mother, it comes with a big old trigger warning. Great film though, and this film has that kind of aspect to it where the relationship between Joy and Evelyn is, we don't see that. We don't get that very often. Lady Bird's the only one I can really think of off the top of my head that explores an uncomfortable relationship between a mother and a daughter.
I mean, so many shows center a man in that story.
Exactly.
Or they're overshadowed because they're part of a larger ensemble. But to have it front and center, so powerful.
Absolutely. Like, it shook me. And in a good way.
Yeah.
Also, given my mum's not around anymore, has an element of, sads when they reached the end. But I was, I don't know, 20 minutes, like 10, 20 minutes into the film, and I'm just like, I'm not even like 5 minutes into the film. I'm like, yes, I am here for this. This is so up my alley. Awesome. And that's before we even got there, because we don't get the opening credits until like halfway through the film.
What is it, like an hour in?
Well, it's kind of a fake end credit, right?
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw directed by the Daniels come up, I was like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, we're getting meta with this shit.
I thought, and I believed it when that credit rolled too.
No.
I was like, is this...
Can a movie be this short and still be a movie?
I had no concept of time.
It does that to you.
First time I saw Fellowship of the Ring, I remember going, where the fuck did that 3 hours go? This can't be over already.
Yeah.
Even though I'd read the book, and I knew that's where it ended.
Okay, I want to get into difficult moms and a whole bunch more, but I do have a few questions to bring up early that might
Let's do it.
Like affect our conversation or something.
Go for it. The mum thing will be an ongoing, I think, conversation as we cover the film. So
because this film is good and important, where does it fit in the canon of like cinema, particularly in the last 5-10 years?
In comparison to what? Like, what do you mean by fitting into the canon?
What else? Like, I think of movies that have hit this kind of cultural moment, like Get Out. Barbie, yep. This year, Sinners.
Which I haven't seen.
I don't watch a lot of newer films, so like, yeah,
Wicked?
When I find a good one, I'm super into it. Wicked, oh.
Yeah, but Wicked, I think there was so much hype behind it. This came out of nowhere. No one knew what it was.
Right.
And I think that's one of the things that made this special. Like, there was so much hype in the build-up for Wicked, as an example, or even Barbie.
Yeah, I mean, they had huge dollars behind their marketing campaign.
Whereas this was relatively independent by comparison. It's an A24, right?
Yeah, I don't know how much they spend on promotions or whatever, but yeah,
their whole
it's not like I heard
doing
people
weird stuff, right? Like, this is why I like A24. I've never had a like production company where I would be like, oh, those guys put this out, it must be good, because their whole thing is centered around getting films made that wouldn't get made through the mainstream Hollywood studios. Like, there's Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is an A24. I think Triangle of Sadness was, if you've seen that, that's incredible. Death of a Unicorn, which we should put on the list. But I don't think anything as weird and as independent as this.
It feels like Wizard of Oz to me. Like, you know how like Jesse Case will say that 500 years from now, what's going to survive? Star Wars, probably, and like nothing else. Or like, you know how Shakespeare represents English literature to us for like a century or two. Like, we know the names of other authors, but it's like that's the one that survived. So like Wizard of Oz definitely is going forward.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I think this movie deserves to be in that conversation because it defines some new way of doing it.
It's never really kind of been done. Maybe Little Miss Sunshine.
Little Miss Sunshine is a nice family story. It's a little edgy.
It does something that you've never seen done before, and it certainly pushes a conversation.
Yeah.
That wasn't being had prior, and I think that's important. That's why we love cinema, right? Like, I mean, I can enjoy a nice fluff piece as much as, but this film has made me like think, and it made me want to go talk about it. And I've enforced it upon people. If I've ever done cinema to anyone about a film, it was this one.
So this combination of kooky, delightful, but like thought-provoking and strange.
Heartwarming.
The closest analog I have to it in some of my favorite films is the work of Terry Gilliam.
Oh, good call. Good call. I like where you're going with this. Some examples.
I don't know if he has any immigrant family members, but did he live in Britain for a while? It doesn't matter.
Well, he would have had to be working with the Python boys, right?
I'd love to know if the Daniels are fans of Monty Python.
Oh,
but
surely.
like Brazil,
The
it had a lot of
absurdity.
Brazil in it. It had a lot of Time Bandits, 12 Monkeys. If I'm thinking
12
of
Monkeys.
the canon, 12 Monkeys is sort of like a touch point for what a male action hero can be in the context of a genre story. They can be vulnerable.
And there can be multiple versions of it as well. Like both Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt in 12 Monkeys played really, like, it's probably my favorite Brad Pitt performance.
Yeah. And this was obviously more absurd, right? Just because of the story it was telling it. But to me, that feels like the kind of like shake up cinema.
Eternal Sunshine I would include in that conversation.
Whew, man. That was like a Memento that didn't suck.
I liked Memento.
It's okay.
I know you're not a big Nolan fan, so...
Nolan got me with this Dark Knight Rises. I thought I had seen the whole thing, but apparently I had never really seen it all the way through. There's a lot of great shit in there.
It's my favorite of the Nolan Batman.
Here I am, a person who, like, in my role-playing games and my podcast and my book, have, like, public bombings and shootings. Like, it's constant. And yet, when I see it in The Dark Knight Rises, I'm like, this is bad. I don't like this at all. Like, it's intense. I don't know if it's the music or the portrayals, but when those bombs go off in the tunnels, it's like, they could have put that concrete anywhere.
So many great performances, like Tom Hardy. I adore
Take control.
anything watched it, and I love that Nolan does that. He's spoken about this, that he believes Tom Hardy has the most beautiful eyes ever, and so he actively casts him in roles where he has his face covered, and you just see it because Dunkirk. He's the pilot in Dunkirk, so he's got his mask on pretty much the whole film.
Wow.
And he's
really
wearing that.
See that.
Oh, Dunkirk's amazing. It's what made me fall in love with Harry Styles.
I'm looking at Everything Everywhere All at Once. The Daniels are the writers, the stars. Let's just kind of mention the actors here.
Oh, Michelle Yeoh. Start with Michelle Yeoh. What an icon. What a badass bitch.
Everything.
I will watch her in
incredible.
anything. Like, have you
Not
seen
only
Crazy
is she
Rich
in
Asians?
Wicked, she's in this. I still haven't seen Crazy Rich Asians.
Crazy Rich Asians is my favorite plane movie. Because it seems to be on every... I don't know whether that's because I live essentially in Asia.
Mm-hmm.
It's on every friggin' flight. And I had no interest in seeing it. I didn't know anything about it other than, like, Ronnie Chang, who's a Malaysian, Singapore. And he's lived all over the place. But he got a big... His career really blew up in Australia.
He's a comic actor?
Well, he's a comedian. He's a stand-up. I first knew him as a stand-up.
Is this Will's friend, stand-up comedian?
Yeah, Ronnie Chang.
Ronnie Chang? Okay.
Yeah, the one that's also in Shang something in the Legend of the Ten Rings. That one.
Shang Tsung, Legend of the Ten Rings. It's so good. That's like the one Marvel movie I've seen in decades that I like. Correction, that is Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings.
I haven't seen it. I just felt like, other than Deadpool, I was like, Endgame was a good bookend for me. I'm alright with it. I don't like homework.
Yeah,
To see a fucking film. And I think, this film massively, Everything Everywhere at Once, massively damaged Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, because they came out around the same time.
Really?
And one was they think, Marvel being Marvel, they're like, yeah, we're going to do it. And then anyone who's seen this then went and watched Multiverse of Madness and went, what multiverses? They went to like 2 universes apart from that one sequence.
Jessie, this podcast is now a Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness podcast because what the fuck? I have a crazy conspiracy theory that Sam Raimi decided to blow up the Marvel Cinematic Universe by making the worst possible piece of dreck he could fit on screen. Nobody believes me. Nobody agrees with me.
I believe you.
Yet...
if anybody would do it, it'd be Sam Raimi.
He's like, they fucked me on Spider-Man 2. Boom, here we go.
Actually, I just thought of a film in that weird genre, like to go back to your question about the canon.
Oh, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yes, continue.
Inception.
Okay.
Inception was that for me. Because I remember watching Inception and I'm like, oh, Inception is Eternal Sunshine, but with but on a large scale with a budget.
Where does Inception fit? Like, if you were to rank Nolan, would it be near the top, in the middle? Number one.
Number one, without doubt. And I know not everybody agrees with me. I was talking to my friend Potter about this recently, and I do not like Interstellar.
Yeah, I don't feel like he does emotional intensity very convincingly sometimes.
I think it nailed it. I think he nailed it with Inception. The relationship between Mole and what's his name?
Don Cobb.
Cobb, yeah. The emotions that were brought up and drawn between that, and I'm like, maybe it's because like it really hit me harder because I've lost a partner, but it's. I love it when you don't know what's real and what's not in a film. And I think this does it really well. And so I would say the equivalent is Inception for me. Well, I'd put it with Inception.
Hell yeah.
Because I think that was when Nolan really kind of broke out at a whole other level. Even though probably his best film still to this day, I think, is Prestige.
Every magic trick has a third act. The hardest part. The part we call the prestige.
It's so good. Holy shit.
The film itself is a fucking magic trick. It tricks you. What's the biggest twist you've been jaw dropped by in a film?
Was there a twist in this movie?
No.
It was more of a build of revelations.
No, going back and watching it, the hints are there from the start. Like, it's very be kind.
Yeah, I don't really like twists. I prefer suspense or like progression of story, but
I like a twist when they get me.
I would say Unbreakable, another Bruce Willis film. M. Night Shyamalan. That's the one that sticks with me, with Mr. Glass.
See, I was going to say The Sixth Sense.
I see dead people.
And I was young when I saw it. I saw that at the cinemas and I was still quite young. My dad took me. And that's the first time I ever remember being genuinely shocked by a twist in something.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Whereas I felt like the twist in Unbreakable was weaker because he was trying to recreate the success he had with The Sixth Sense, and it didn't quite get there for me.
It was definitely weaker, but it was a powerful moment because it was a betrayal by a friend. I don't even
remember what the twist was.
The twist was the guy that had been mentoring him the whole time turned out to be a bad guy.
Oh, yeah, well, that's not that much of a twist.
But if it's done well, it's very, like, impactful.
Shutter Island didn't get me.
My name is Edward Daniels.
As twists go, it's kind of silly. I didn't care by the end of Shutter Island.
I called it. early. As soon as they handed him the pills in the paper cup, when he's supposed to just be there investigating, I'm like, oh, you're in the asylum.
Yeah, that's mental hospital.
But maybe it's not just mental, it's any hospital. Your drugs always come in that little paper cup. But if I'm hanging out with my friends and someone needs some Panadol, which is paracetamol, you would pop it out of the film.
Right.
You wouldn't be like getting a separate little paper cup to give them some Panadol in.
Yeah.
So it's I instantly called it, but I've been in hospital a lot in my life, so that to me was obvious.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say there's a twist in this.
I mean, learning that Jobu is Joy is pretty significant, but it comes halfway through the film.
No, it's obvious. This is one of my notes. It's obvious instantly. It got me. I did not click that it was Joy. But when you see, like, there's a few little moments, and we'll get to them.
They put her in, like, really big, goofy outfits at first and shoot her from the back. So, like, it's like, well, they could be similarly shaped or not. It's hard to say.
But there's the moment where Joy is sitting at the bar with Becky, and the news is up about the big fight at the tax office. This is like 20 minutes into the film, and you see Joy just go from the back, you see her from behind, and you just see her snap like that. And then she just gets up and walks out.
Okay, that's fun.
And also when she arrives and she limbos under the police cordon. So one of my notes is, am I just dumb, or were we supposed to know this all along? Because it felt like a big reveal to me the first time I was watching it.
Gosh, I was about to say something that I feel like makes me sound real white, but like they may be playing in a way on people who aren't used to distinguishing, like people with black hair, like, you know, are they, I don't know. How do I put this? Was I stumped because I'm racist?
No.
Like, would I have known immediately
racist,
if I knew
because
more
you're
Asian
raised
people?
in a white supremacy. And
Yes.
so we all have inherent bias. We all have it.
Yeah.
And
But I would love to hear from people of Asian descent who just clocked it, like, 2 minutes in or whatever.
Yeah, I see your point. I'm not even sure I clocked, like, it could have that she was even Asian before it was revealed.
Oh, that would have been a weird twist. If it's like
before
the
it was
white
revealed it
version
was
of
Joy. Other than the first time we see Jobu, in Jobu, she's wearing an outfit that is very much based on, like a stereotype of old Asian grandmas with the big visor.
When she had the white curls kind of business.
When she first turns up as Jobu.
She's incredible. This movie would not work without her. I mean, obviously, I'm not sure exactly. Is it Huy Quan? Huy Quan? Like, do you know how to pronounce his name?
Short Round?
We can't call him Short Round.
I know.
Oh, God. I was just calling him Key. I don't know if it may be K. But he's a great actor. Michelle Yeoh's incredible, but I feel like everything
Stephanie
relies. Yeah, she is so good. And like any of us who've been depressed or who've had a depressed kid or family member, you can see all those signs. And then if you've had a really fucked up family member, when you see Jobu's little head tilt, you're like, oh, stay away from that one. They're not invited to the family reunion.
Yes, like she, kind of like in Family of Blood where they do the little head tilt as well. I'm not sure if that's out yet, but listener, go listen to our episode on Family of Blood and human nature.
Oh, God. I have some piling up. they're all really good. You're gonna love them when they're out.
We've got some good stuff coming for you that's probably already out by the time you hear this.
Yeah.
I have faith. It's definitely so. Like, what a revelation.
Just absolutely crushing it.
Seeing a young woman play a role like this again was, for me, we don't see it. We don't get it very often. Like, a young woman, particularly a non-white young woman, playing from such a place of power. We don't get to see that very often.
Okay, so check out this part of her bio on IMDb. First off, her name's pronounced Shu.
Shu?
But the H and the S
thank
are
you.
transposed. She was on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, what was she in that? Oh, yes, she is in that. I do remember her in that. She was great. Again, plays from a position of power. She's the landlord of Midge's husband's comedy club, and they're basically from an organized crime family who are running liar's dice games for illegal gambling out of the basement.
Wow. Okay. So, it says she made her start in experimental downtown theater, which in many ways I feel like this, at least the laundromat parts of this could be staged quite easily in a black box theater, right? And then all this other stuff could like spiral out from it. Maybe you go into the crowd or, experimental theater, but I bet that puts her in good stead to give a performance this theatrical.
Oh, she's playing for the back of the room.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you need to in this role. When you are playing a role this weird with this much power, you can only go big. But she does have the good sense to draw back as well. Like, there's scenes of her just as Joy. And the way she
even her Jobu scenes, she's subtle, like from scene to scene. She draws out some things and, especially around the bagel. But yeah, when she's Joy, she's also giving us big in the sense of like a teen, the way their emotions are big. It's like kind of that area.
Yeah, she's got all the feelings.
Were
you surprised to see Jamie Lee Curtis turn up, or were you aware that she was in it when you went to see the film? Because I was
shocked the whole way through. Last time I'd laid eyes on Jamie Lee Curtis was True Lies, maybe.
For me, I think when I think of Jamie Lee Curtis, my brain just goes to My Girl.
Okay.
That just could be because that film fucking traumatized me as a kid. He can't see without his glasses. Oh. Anyway. So I wasn't expecting Jamie Lee. She was one of those ones that I kind of was like... And, again, I went in so blind to this. I knew nothing. I hadn't heard anything. The film, no one was talking about it. It was a preview screening.
Now, was Jamie Lee Curtis in a semi-hiatus, or was I just not aware of her work?
I think it's one of those things where once you age to a certain point as a woman in Hollywood, you stop getting cast.
Yeah.
Especially because she hasn't done the, I'm going to plastic surgery the shit out of myself. She actually looks like a woman of her age.
Right, yeah.
And I think that's... Yeah, so I'm, looking at her filmography. Obviously, there's a lot more new stuff since ever. It's... Oh, she does an episode... She's in an episode of Section 31. So, yeah, she did, the thing before everything ever all at once.
Oh, she was the voice. She was like a narrator in Section 31.
Oh, there you go. So nothing that she's done, there was, a Halloween reboot. She did a random episode of Reno 911. She did Knives Out, so that's something.
I only watched that the once. I should go back.
Did a voice in Archer. Kind of skipping over anything that was Halloween based. The next thing that wasn't just kind of after Knives Out in 2019. Then she was in a movie called Spare Parts. A movie in 2014 called Only Human. Few like guest spots on TV shows like Veronica Mars, NCIS. So I would say her career was definitely, like, I wouldn't say dead, but I would say she was not bankable or castable in anything big at that point, unless it was some sort of Halloween-based situation.
She has so many iconic performances. Like, she was in, what was the one with the Monty Python guys and Kevin Kline? There was a fish.
Oh, Fierce Creatures.
Fierce Creatures.
Was she in A Fish Called Wanda as well, I think?
I believe so. God, I just had one. Well, of course, True Lies, but she was like the funny hot lady. You know, we didn't have all that many. I believe she was in the one with Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd, Trading Places. She might have been the first time I saw boobs.
Well, she's done a few with Dan Aykroyd. That's interesting because Dan Aykroyd's in My Girl as well.
Okay.
He's the dad, and she plays his new girlfriend that she's the makeup artist at the funeral home, and then falls in love with Veda Sultanfuss's dad. But yeah, it's like this big gap between, I think it was only like 4 or 5 roles between 2003 and 2015.
Yeah. So it was like she hits 45 and she's determined to be like not hot enough anymore to like run a thing. It's a shame.
Not hot enough according to bullshit patriarchal Hollywood standards, sure.
Sorry, I left all that bit out. Of course. That's what's shitty about it, right? Who's somebody who's been working continuously past that point? Like Tina Fey? Is she still acting? Amy Poehler?
She's writing more than acting, I think. She does tend to play in her own written stuff. I think
Jennifer Lawrence is
herself
hot and funny, but she's not in enough comedies to
She's also a bit young. She's still like young and hot. She hasn't reached that. She hasn't turned 40 yet. Because that's the whole line. Like, it's like where Meryl Streep refused to play a witch, I think. She didn't want to get typecast.
Oh.
Until she did. But I heard her talking about that on Graham Norton.
Yeah, don't make me the crone.
I mean, Meryl is probably an example. I've seen her play funny in quite a few things, like August Osage County. Yeah, I would say Meryl. Like, I mean, obviously, but Meryl's so respected as a serious actor as well. Jennifer Aniston, I would say, is probably the best example I can think of, but she has not.
Her movie career didn't exactly pop, really. She did a movie
maybe
with Jay
she's
Moore.
severely underrated in her, but Horrible Bosses.
Horrible Bosses. She was very good. Wasn't she in Office Space? Wasn't she the Flair lady? The lady who needed 15 pieces of Flair?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think so.
It doesn't matter. We are so far off course. The point is,
we're talking about Jamie Lee Curtis. We're talking about these, like the importance. I think it is relevant to this film because for both Michelle Yeoh and Jamie Lee, they are playing their age. They're playing an age-appropriate age. Because the problem I have with Hollywood is the men continue to just age and they continue to get roles, but the people who get cast as their wives don't age.
Yeah, they have to take all these procedures and buy all these products and shit to look like a 14-year-old, and it's impossible.
The more we get these women who are playing their age, and the more we get more importantly, the more we get directors and casting teams that are willing to cast women in age-appropriate roles.
Yeah.
And writers who are writing age-appropriate roles for women.
Oh my God, Jane Fonda Grace and
Good
Frankie.
example.
If you haven't watched Grace and Frankie, you simply must. I don't know what she's done since then, but funny and hot for sure.
I mean, put Lily Tomlin in anything, she's amazing. That's a good example, actually, Lily Tomlin. Incredibly funny. Bette Midler?
God, she was in, speaking of Goldie Hawn, Death Becomes Her with
How good
Bruce
is
Willis.
Death Becomes Her?
Now we're cooking. Death Becomes Her should be a bigger deal. Should be considered, I feel like, a bigger deal.
They're rebooting it, I think.
Ooh.
Which I'm not mad at. I feel like there's a lot of stories you could tell in that universe.
Yeah. Okay. Jamie Lee Curtis. Favorite Jamie Lee Curtis role? I still think it's True Lies. She did it all.
This one. Like, this one. I can't, there aren't many others of hers that I was particularly enamored with, to be honest, because I'm not a horror girly.
She has a lot to do in this one. I mean, she gets to, like, be in love and be a shitty,
But also do, like, badass wrestling
possibly
moves.
racist asshole.
Yeah, for me, it's going to be this one, my girl.
That moment, speaking of images that burn in my mind through classic cinema, the moment of her soaring down the stairs in a pro wrestler kick about to happen.
And just as it's about to hit Evelyn's face. To die
amazing.
for, much loved.
So her faces, she had so many faces in this movie.
Even the way her body shifts when she does that verse jump.
Yeah.
You see her stomach suck in.
Ugh.
Because clearly they've, padded her out with, to look as old and as frumpy as possible with her little, carpal tunnel wrist protection on her hand.
Mm-hmm.
And, she keeps letting them come back and fight their audit because they bring her cookies that she likes. And when you first see it, you just think she's just going to be there for a quick cameo.
Right, yeah.
I certainly did. I was like, oh, Jamie Lee, good for you.
Yeah. Every time she hit the screen, I'm like, oh, she's still being funny. This is great. She's really killing
Sausage
it.
Fingers universe, we'll get there, but...
I don't know how I feel about
did it give you the
weird finger stuff. The thought of people typing with their toes actually made me feel ickier.
Well, that's the whole point of Sausage Finger universe is it gives verse jumping there, gives Evelyn the skills with her toes to be able to do something cool later.
Yeah.
That's why they verse jump to that universe, not just there's so many little if you know moments that make this so rewatchable. You see the bar plug award and you think, that's a silly joke. And it doesn't get mentioned again until 90 fucking minutes later, and then you're like, the bar plug award.
I have no idea what Jessie said right here, but I'm sure it was completely cogent and makes sense in context.
The song? That's the song that put your hand in my hand. That is playing at the laundromat in the opening laundromat sequence. And the film that Evelyn obviously isn't starring in is playing, and with the old dude with the big bikey looking dude with the beard is doing the dance moves with Waymond. This, I'm sure I could watch this movie 20 more times and get a new thing out of it each time, which is my favorite thing in a film.
Yes. Hell yes. I almost maybe it's because I'm a huge Wizard of Oz head, but I almost expected everybody in the laundromat to turn out to be wacky characters in other lives. but it was more like Evelyn was changing rather than like every damn person. Because it's tightly focused on her perspective. So it would be confusing if like everybody was outlandish.
Yeah, well, that's where she's got to get her skills from the other universes through the verse jump, right?
Yeah.
One other amazing performance that I think I really enjoyed as a Parks and Rec fan is, what's her name? Is it Jenny Slate?
Yeah.
Mona Lisa from Parks and Recreation, John Ralphio's sister, which one of my most used gifs.
The worst! She is the worst person in the world.
I just watched that episode the other day in my Parks and Rec rewatch, and
yeah, she's
so when
incredible.
she turned up, I was like, "It's Mona Lisa."
Yeah, she's awesome. Her character is Dog Mom.
Yeah, because she turns up with a cute little Pomeranian in a pram.
In something I read, they called her Big Nose, and I thought,
They did.
that's terrible.
No, Evelyn calls her that to Wayman. She's like, "Go help the customer with the big nose." In Chinese.
Yeah, of course. Well, James Hong, of course, was legendary figure. He played Lo Pan in Big Trouble in Little China. Also had Kurt Russell, previously mentioned.
And Kim Cattrall. Don't skip over my girl Kim. Yeah, James Hong. He's one of those ones where he's.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did
iconic.
just skip over Kim Cattrall. The green eyes. She's a huge part of that film. Carry on.
It's James Hong. Like much like Michelle Yeoh. And if they had cast Jackie Chan, that would have been the same. Like, because when I first sat down to watch this, I was like, when's Jackie Chan going to turn up? I just kind of thought he would. It felt like something he would turn up in. So to find out later that the Daniels originally wrote it with him in mind for the Evelyn character, that's incredible as well. So, but then by casting Michelle Yeoh, it's just the perfect sub out if you're going to gender flip it.
Okay, I found it. Well, that's YouTube. It might be wrong. Oh, here we go. How to pronounce Huy Quan.
Huy Quan.
Okay. Because it's actually quite a contained, small cast when you think about it for such a big film.
Big in terms of impact, like, because it doesn't have a lot of big set pieces. It's pretty, like, domestic.
The story
for the most part.
Big. It's everything everywhere all at once. The story is big. It's the universe.
Right, okay, so here we have all the money in the world behind Multiverse of Madness. They could have a million different universes. They had, as you said before we started the show proper, 2. Yeah, purple octopus monsters and all kinds of shit. And here they have 7 characters or whatever, like tight, focused tale.
7 named characters. So with like our only named characters are Evelyn, Joy, Deirdre, Waymond. Even James Hong is only known as Gong Gong.
Yeah, is that a nickname?
It's grandfather. It's grandfather in Mandarin. Which are like whatever. It's grandfather. Becky, Debbie the dog mum, and Rakakuni guy is called Chad, but we don't really know that. Rick, who I think is Beardy guy.
That's Beardo.
The rest of them are all just kind of called Alpha Jumper, this, security guard, police.
That's the guy that gets the butt plug.
Yeah. He's called Alpha Jumper. His character, like they're all like called like Alpha Jumper dash something. So, like TV musical queen, Alpha Jumper. He's called Alpha Jumper Trophy. That is his character's credit.
Terrible.
I mean, it's universal, right? Like they don't need to be named. Because this is what I mean. It's a contained story within this family.
Right. It's like it's through her perspective. She wouldn't know Otis Brandlesnatch, his name, you know. It's just a guard.
Exactly. That's why she called, the dog mum Big Nose.
Yeah.
Because it goes to so many different universes and it's such a big concept. It feels like a big film.
Yeah.
So cleverly done.
Yeah, incredible. I mean, it helps that they go 10 million years into the past.
Well, do they go into the past? They don't really go into the past. They go into a universe where human life didn't evolve.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh, okay. Because I thought we saw like apes at one point. Like ape people. I thought we'd gone back in time at one point.
Well, we do when we first see Evelyn Verge. I mean, she goes back within her own timeline. But if it's in a quick cut sequence, I'm talking. I thought you meant like when they're in the Rock universes, because as Joy says, she's like,
that's right.
Most
now.
of them are like this. That's just they're not time jumping. That is a universe where
like
where the circumstances weren't right for human evolution to occur. And Joy says she's like most of them are like this actually.
That's crazy. Well, we've already talked for several hours. Let's get into the meat of this plot. I have a lot of notes.
I have limited notes because I love watching this film so much that...
I did have one more thing before we start.
Oh, yeah, you had questions. Sorry.
Is it Michelle Yeoh's finest work?
Ooh. You haven't seen Crazy Rich Asians. She's something else in that. The mahjong scene at the end, those who know. Oh, my God. I go back and watch the mahjong scene from the end of Crazy Rich Asians on its own to get a bit of it, like when I need to get a bit of an emotion going.
Yeah.
If I want to feel empowered and I want to feel like just watch a scene that makes you feel really good. I won't explain it because I think you should watch Crazy Rich Asians. It's very good.
Yes, absolutely.
I just got the books. I've got all three of Kevin Kwan's books.
That's awesome. For me, it's either her role in Crouching Tiger.
Oh, yeah, badass in that. I mean, and of course, Emperor Giorgio.
Well, Emperor Giorgio is my number one. I mean, it's my favorite Star Trek character. Like, she's incredible. And the way she starts out completely in command and then rebuilds her status.
Well, they kill her.
Through pure snark and like outlandishness.
The fact that they killed her in the opening episode, because I was sitting down, Discovery was my first Trek that was coming out new while I was a Trek fan. So all my other Trek I watched retrospectively when I became a Trekkie.
Right.
So Discovery was my very first experience of new Trek, and I sat down and I already was a fan of what's her face from
Michelle Yeoh.
No, Michael Burnham.
Sonequa Martin Green.
Yes, I was a fan of her from Walking Dead, and I'd just gotten over the devastation of her character's arc, and now I'm like, well, now I know why they did that to Sasha. And I was really stoked she had a leading role, and I was like, oh. And we've got Michelle Yeoh. Amazing. I love Michelle Yeoh. And then she dies.
Yeah.
Almost immediately.
It was hard to accept that first week. I was like, what is happening?
How get Michelle Yeoh and then just kill her off straight away. Why would you do this?
And then it turns out they killed her because she was kind of boring. She was too good. So they made her the worst.
But that's
and
what we
arc
wanted.
Is about learning how to accept a different way of being in a world where you can express love and care and support, because it's not all about betraying people.
I mean, a lot of my favorite Trek episodes are Mirror Universe ones.
They're so much fun.
Because these characters that you know so well, you get to see, like, the DS9 ones in particular. Nerys.
Imperator Kira Nerys, forget about it.
I don't want your fear. I want your love.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is when Nana Visitor really, like, comes into her own. I like early Nerys. I'm rewatching DS9 and she's driving me mad. Her
She's a little one note.
Ugh. But I know good stuff's coming, so... But yeah, no, I was so devastated with Michelle Yeoh. Because we just love her, and ironically, I actually think Wicked for Good is probably the weakest performance I can think of from her. Mostly because she can't fucking sing.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that to her. I mean, it's like Rusty and Javert.
Like, yeah, like she
just
does
give
the
them something
like
else to do.
singing. She's powerful, and I like her as Marvel in that sense.
Yeah,
I was much better about it in part 1 because Marvel doesn't really do much singing.
yeah.
She's more of the announcements of like kill the witch, whereas there's an actual attempt at singing later, and it's like.
All right. And the last thing was think about if this has anything to say about the experience of being an immigrant or the child of an immigrant.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I
read some interesting stuff about it before we started.
I am the child of an immigrant, but he's a British immigrant to a British colony, so it's
a little different. Yeah.
But he still lived in a refugee camp and stuff, like post-World War. I think they didn't call them refugee camps, it was migrant. And they're like, white migrants. Like, compared to my friends whose family moved over from Italy, very different experience. So I can't identify with the casual.
I was trying to find movies that I had seen that like kind of tackle similar themes or have folk like main characters in them. Strictly Ballroom.
Oh, I love Strictly Ballroom.
The Paso Doble, that whole thing.
Oh, that sequence with
brilliant.
the trains, like, feel the rhythm, don't be scared. Oh. I love Strictly Ballroom so much. Let's do it on a watch party.
It's got a similar level of silliness at times in this film.
I'd really be interested on your, like, I mean, we won't go down that rabbit hole now, but, like, because so much of it is so Australian.
Oh, yes.
And I'm interested to hear your perspective on how that reads.
Hell yeah.
Like that, particularly that early, like all that stuff. We all knew a woman just like Scott's mum. Like, you can tell she kind of inspired Kath from Kath and Kim a little bit.
I've never seen it. I pulled a clip of it once, but yeah, I haven't actually
I'm going to
seen it.
send you some Kath and Kim. That is like
Nice.
quintessential Australian cultural cringe. It's amazing. Because we are living in Victoria, particularly, I know women like that. So again, same thing with Strictly Ballroom. Like, that's the thing. Like, for us, it's like, oh, I know her. Yeah, no, that's a good example, actually.
King Ralph. We got an immigrant story there.
I mean, he's immigrating into a place of, like, the epitome of
So
privilege.
silly. So silly. Yeah, this was much more relatable, obviously. Small business owners.
Well, I mean, Crazy Rich Asians to a degree.
Where did they move to?
Well, they're going back to Singapore to meet his family, but they'd met in the US. So the main couple.
Oh, the U.S. Okay.
But she comes from a single mother Chinese immigrant, very, very poor. Whereas the boyfriend, and she's got no idea about it until they get onto their plane and it's first class. His family are rich beyond rich, and like Aquafina's character, who was her roommate in high school, like they turn up to her family house and it's all like the biggest mansion you've ever seen, and they are like nowhere even close to her boyfriend's family level of rich. It's insane.
Wow. Crazy.
So, yeah, again, it's a very, like, even the opening sequence. Go watch Crazy Rich Asians. I'm confident that you will enjoy. Plus, Michelle is probably one of my favorite Michelle Yeoh performances. So.
Hell yeah.
And we have scenes from it in this film.
Okay, so one thing I was going to mention when we were talking Stephanie Hsu is that she runs the gamut in these emotional scenes, but we don't get much of her being happy in this universe.
Well, she's
to have
not
a, like,
happy.
contrast.
That's the problem.
Right. Except at the very start of the film, we're seeing through a mirror the three of them doing karaoke and laughing and having a good time. And then the mirror like shifts. And it's not like that at all.
I wondered when I saw, because I only really noticed that this watch when I was doing my notes.
Yeah, you wouldn't really necessarily take notice. Like, what do you think? Oh, well, that was last week, and now it's...
No, I think it's the future end. I think we're getting a snapshot of where they're going to wind up.
Oh, I like that.
So I think that's like just a quick little flash into the future that you're meant to forget. Because once you see how unhappy all these people are, even Waymond, who is like the happiest dude on the planet, like his instinct in life. Of all the characters, I identified the most with Waymond.
Oh, he's trying so hard.
That is so me all over. I am that person just constantly being like, let's be happy. Why can't we just be nice to each other? Let's find fun in the little things. Why does everything have to be so hard? Like the googly eyes, it's made me want to go and buy like googly eyes and just pop them places. Or like I've wanted to do the practical joke of the little ducks. You buy one of those big bags of like 200 tiny little ducks and you just secretly like leave them around someone's house in places so that like years later they'll find them.
What the fuck?
And you like hide. So if you're ever house sitting someone's house, get like off Amazon or whatever, get like a bag of the 200 little ducks. Or we were going to do it with unicorns to our friend Terry. And just like randomly put unicorns around the house.
Yeah.
Just constantly like, and they keep finding that you don't even remember where you put them all when it's like years later that person's still finding fucking little ducks everywhere. It's the best. I love it.
That's cruel. I can't countenance this bullying.
I had another friend who gradually replaced all the family photos with Nicolas Cage pictures. So all the faces, like she just taped over Nicolas Cage gradually over all the family photos displayed around the house. I love these guys. Like that kind of just pure silliness practical joke that doesn't hurt anyone. I'm not one for practical jokes. I don't deal well with it. When
you're
it's done
just
to me.
distributing trash around their house. But it's not icky trash.
I don't like surprises. I'm not a like. Don't ever give me a surprise. I organize the shit out. I micromanage the shit out of all my birthdays, so no one will ever give me a surprise party because I'll have already organized something. I hate it.
I had one. It was nice, but it was weird.
No, I would hate the idea of spending the whole day thinking people had forgotten my birthday. And I'm so obnoxious I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, it's my birthday. I'm like that for like a week.
Yeah, you got to take control.
Excellent Bane in person.
Oh, so we go from that sad mirror into Evelyn, Michelle Yeoh, working on her tax receipts.
Which was the only thing the Daniels let be released about this film on IMDb. A Chinese woman does her taxes. That is all the that is the only synopsis they released for this film ever.
Wow.
And refused to let anything more than that get out. It's about a woman doing her taxes. That's it.
What a strange thing to do.
It's a perfect thing to do with this film.
But how did the actors promote a film if all they're allowed to say is, I'm doing my taxes?
Well, they did this something similar with like Sasami Man. How they pitched it was the first fart will make you laugh, the last fart will make you cry.
Huh.
They're correct. Absolutely correct. You do have to do Sasami Man.
Yeah. Oh, according to the trivia, they speak Mandarin and Cantonese at different times for different people.
Which is common, I believe.
Yeah, I didn't write down specifically who did what and when because it was pretty complex. But I believe Gong Gong mostly speaks Cantonese, and she sometimes speaks Mandarin with him, with Kei
It's subcultural, and I think if you speak one, you look down on the other like it's a bit more high status, low status.
Interesting. Okay.
Culturally, I could be incorrect there, so but I believe there's a bit of that with who speaks what now.
Okay, now I'm thinking I flipped it, and Cantonese is between Evelyn and Waymond, and Mandarin's between her and her dad.
Which could be part of the reason why her dad didn't want her to run off with Waymond, because she was like
too low class.
Yeah, was a absolute cultural divide within Chinese culture around Mandarin and Cantonese speaking, because I think that comes up in Crazy Rich Asian as well, maybe.
Oh, interesting. So we learn that Waymond is looking into getting a divorce.
Yeah, I hadn't noticed that early. When in my first watch, like there was so much that going on. I always just try to sit back and absorb and let it wash over me before I start looking for detail.
Yeah, dissolution of marriage. Waymond Wang seeking a divorce.
Which he doesn't actually want. He only files for the divorce.
This is a thing people do sometimes.
Kind of drive the conversation, bring it to a head.
I feel like it's dangerously jumping the gun a little bit.
My RSD would never let me. No chance.
It's just too much. I don't know. Like, what if they say yes? You don't want that, right?
Yeah, that's why my RSD would never let me. I'm not one for a bluff when it comes to relationships.
Yeah. So down in the laundromat, Joy is staring at clothes spinning in a dryer.
Which is a great prelude to the bagel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got kind of a black frame to it. Some swirling.
Yeah, that's in my notes. I'm like, the circle of the washer is the bagel.
And then we get a kiss on the cheek from Becky. Are they a good couple? We don't get
I think they're a wonderful couple. The way, and this comes up later, when you are someone like Evelyn and Joy, you need someone like Waymond or Becky who will support you and love you and accept you despite your flaws.
Yeah, I like their banter.
Well, they've been dating 3 years as well. They're an established couple.
Yeah.
It's not like they've just been dating a couple of months and her mum's struggling with it.
It's just weird when you're with somebody for this long and you still don't know their parents.
But that's cultural though.
Oh, my last girlfriend's parents kept me well at bay. We were together for almost 3 years.
Yeah, it's very... her mum really isn't accepting her queerness either.
Well, okay, here's the thing. I got the sense that she, especially having been in theater, she's okay with it. But she does not want to deal with other people who won't be.
No, I don't think she's okay with it. I think, and she's not in theater.
She was when she was younger.
No, there's an alternate lifeline. If she hadn't gone with Waymond, then she would have got into theater.
Oh, see, I thought she always liked acting, but left
Ooh.
with him and so couldn't pursue it.
No, I don't even think she realizes that was a possibility until she verse jumps, because that's one of her first successful verse jumps. And he has to keep warning her, like, don't fall in love with the other universe.
Yeah, that was intense. I think I'm being swayed because there's a moment where she's watching a musical. It's like an Indian woman in a musical. And
Yeah, that's
she's
playing
just
in the
wrapped.
laundromat at the very beginning.
Yeah.
That's the dance Wayman is doing with Beardo.
Yeah.
So I think it's quite a popular film that was supposed to be a popular film.
It had a bit of a King and I vibe to it.
Yeah, it was very
The
Bollywood.
styling.
Very Bollywood. Yeah, that over-the-top, larger-than-life Bollywood energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wayman is so impressed that Beardo knows all the dance moves.
Yeah, he is. Oh,
I think she's extra nervous about about Becky being there, because Gong Gong's just arrived from China.
Yeah.
So they're doing their, like, Chinese New Year celebration basically for him, because they keep referring to it as Gong Gong's party.
Ah. Yeah, I guess if you don't see somebody for a long time, just them showing up to an event would kind of naturally make it about them.
No, when you see Joy doing Evelyn doing the flashback of her life in her first verse jump, because it goes right back, they show her getting a phone call that he's ill or injured in some way and needs to be cared for, which is why they've brought him over. They basically brought him over.
Oh, to live with them.
Because this would have been in the era of the one-child policy, right? There's no other kid in China that's going to look after her, because they see him being disappointed she's a girl. Yeah. So she's got her own hang-ups with her dad, because that whole thing about, if the one child, you wanted it to be a boy, and it really, like, so many girl babies were abandoned or murdered.
Ugh, terrible.
So she's always got this whole other thing that she's got to live up to in her father's mind as well. So it is generational trauma.
Evelyn's trying to get Joy to come with her to the meeting. But instead, they're going to take Gong Gong.
Well, because she was going to leave Becky there to look after. No, she doesn't want Joy to come to the meeting. Wayman wants Joy because they promised Deirdre they'd bring her to translate. Whereas she's like, no, we're fine. We can't leave Becky with Gong Gong, because we can't have Gong Gong knowing that it's a girlfriend, because we see that when she's introducing her, and Joy can't think of the word for girlfriend. And so Evelyn interrupts and goes, with good friend. She is Joy's good friend.
Yes. Your mother is open to you dating a girl. And she is a white girl. She's half Mexican. But then
Joy's like, half Mexican. Yeah. Another little thing.
It's annoying that she has to say half. Like, but when you're dealing with, like, a racist parent, like, you just need to be specific. These boomers, you gotta like walk around their bullshit. It's pretty annoying.
Yeah.
My parents have mostly come around to not being embarrassing, but it's been a long road. Trans issues have been very difficult.
Mine were always super progressive. Like, super progressive.
That's nice.
Raging hippies, my parents.
Like, my parents have always been generous and encouraged us to meet all different types of people and stuff. And yet they still had these hang-ups here and there. Not my dad so much, but weird little type of fears that her mom has. And they just have to be taught how to behave right.
Yeah, willingness to learn is essential. Shoot me if I ever lose mine.
I mean, isn't that why this movie is so good and so valuable? Like, it shows a person who's not being their best learn how to. It's a Scrooge kind of story, a Christmas
It
Carol.
is. It does. It's definite redemption arc for Evelyn.
Yeah.
Like her making the decision to move forward from a place of kindness and fight using, we'll get there.
First thing she says as soon as the dog lady shows up is say in Cantonese, probably to her daughter, like, look at how big a nose she has.
But give this to Big Nose.
Oh my God, what a big nose.
Yeah, and when Gong Gong turns up, he's in like pajamas, he's on a like walker, like you can see he's...
Oh, before we get to that point, Beardo like is real close to Evelyn and is talking about his dead wife's perfume. It feels a little too familiar for me.
I mean, he's a regular.
Yeah.
You see him during the full dance with Waymond.
He must keep his clothes clean because she didn't like turn her nose up when he was that close to her.
And he's clearly a regular because he's like, Evelyn, the machine ate my 20 again.
Yeah. That guy says something offensive later. I think I wrote it down. I thought you people were very good with math. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was uncomfortable. Holy shit. I just realized we're 7 minutes into this picture.
Thankfully, we only did 50 minutes of notes each. Well, an hour of notes.
Oh, she did say thank you, which I thought was nice. Because here's this, like, normally you think like a lady talking loud on her Bluetooth in the middle of a transaction would be just all bad. But, you know, she was polite.
I mean, compared to Mona Lisa, she's almost like kind and agreeable.
Yeah.
I think having seen her in Parks and Rec as Mona Lisa, the worst.
The worst! She is the worst person in the world.
So a customer needs their clothes and she's like, where the fuck are their clothes? And Waymond comes out and he's like, oh, we ran out of space. I thought the clothes would be happier upstairs.
I love that. This is one of the, like, when I first started to just, like, identify with Waymond. Because I do with my plants, especially. I'm like, oh, you don't look very happy there. I might move you and see if you get better energy over here.
It's adorable.
I mean, that is more about light and heat and stuff, so it makes more sense with the plant. Oh, the little dance routine with Beardo and Waymond is just the cutest. Like, you don't, after he's been so aggressive and, like, as you said, like, up in Evelyn's face, for him to then move into a, like, romantic dance sequence with Waymond, I think is an excellent, like, foreshadowing of the influence Waymond's way of doing things can shift an interaction. He's got this, like, almost aggressive interaction with Evelyn. And then next minute he's having a boogie with Waymond and they hug at the end and it's so cute.
Oh, it's adorable. He's always sticking googly eyes on things. She yells, no more Google eyes.
Oh, I love the Google eyes.
At one point she says something about, I fight for all of us. Oh, I think that was upstairs in the apartment. She was talking to Joy. And I thought it was funny considering that Jobu's always going around fighting. And here's Mom saying, I'm fighting for us. What?
She learned it from somewhere. And especially Alpha Jobu, like Alpha Joy, became that way because Evelyn pushed her too hard in the Alphaverse. She pushed her so hard because she recognized she had talent to the point where it broke her brain.
Ugh, it's terrible. Terrible. Does Joy have any talent in this universe? I feel like we don't really learn anything about her.
Well, they're both kind of oppressed due to, that's part of what makes them, that's kind of the whole thing. She's like, oh, you're a disappointment, you didn't do well in school, and oh, they're speaking Mandarin. There you go. It says that. Oh, yeah, I'm seeing in the subtitles it says, speaks in Mandarin, calls out in Cantonese. So
Okay.
they are bouncing back and forwards between the two.
Nice. So this is the moment after the dance. She's obsessed with this musical, or she's looking at it with reverence. And that's around when Wayman says she used to be an actor.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. It's either before or after she looks up at the musical.
Oh.
And over here, Joy's just laying out their family drama on Maine in front of God and the world. I was stunned.
I think she thought she was having a quiet. She didn't think anybody was listening.
They're in the middle of the laundromat. There's people all over the place. She goes, it's like you can choose. Either you come to the party with me, and Gong Gong is eternally ashamed until he forgets it all, and then he dies. Or you don't come with me, and then he still dies.
She's right.
You could still try to have a nice experience with a family member, but yes, the lying is dumb. It's pointless. There's no point to it, and everybody dies.
I think Evelyn's just been battling the shame from her father and her own issues with it.
Yeah, but it tells us Gong Gong forgets stuff, which is interesting when we see
aging.
later he's like a mastermind of some, secret
that's Alpha
organization.
Gong Gong.
Right, yeah. He apparently got some Alzheimer's treatments or something. Cyber
Well, he's
brain.
not well. That's why he's been sent over to America.
Yeah. So Evelyn messed up this guy's change, and he goes, I thought you people were very good with math. And I felt like if this was a hijinks comedy, there would have been a record scratch, and everybody would have looked over in horror. I mean, in a way that happens. Yeah, I guess it kind of does happen, because Becky is like pulling up her pants and looking like, oh shit, here we go. And Wayman across the room is like, oh no.
Wasn't a very funny joke.
But Joy jumps off the dryer and spins to look at this white man. The audacity. Oh. Oh, but maybe what startled Joy isn't that interaction. It's Gong Gong coming out.
Yeah, it's Gong Gong, I think. Yeah, no, it's Gong Gong. Because she immediately
Where's my
was like,
breakfast?
Mom,
Quickly,
Mom,
food!
Mom. Look. Yeah, no, it's Gong Gong. All right, so she's speaking Cantonese to her father.
Okay. How is your airplane? Your Chinese is getting worse every time we talk.
So
shit.
Still Cantonese, she's speaking to Gong Gong. And then it says speaks Mandarin. They're flipping back and forth between them in the same conversation.
It's like all she was taught was Mandarin, maybe?
I think she was kind of taught a bit of both, and none of it's really stuck. Quite often in these situations, like, you can understand what's being said, but not be able to conjure the correct words and grammar yourself is really common in language.
God, it's the one thing that freaks me out the most at the thought of like having to flee my country and go anywhere else is the thought of having to go through this, like just being out of touch with whoever you're trying to talk to. I don't like to be in those
just
situations.
come down here if we're not underwater. We speak English.
Oh man. Let's see. That's where Evelyn does the like good friend bullshit. And then she runs out to like help Dog Mom open her door and like
and
tell
to give her the pamphlet for the party.
Yeah. Pitching that party. And then she goes over to daughter Joy at the car and basically tells her she's fat. Like, wow.
But that's been preempted already because Joy says to Becky earlier, she's like, oh, Mum will just call you fat. That's an ongoing thing.
Yeah. And I messaged my last girlfriend, Casey, immediately. I was like, is this like a common thing? Because I know your mom was real hard on you about weight. And she was like, yeah, it's pretty common for Asian women to get this kind of nonsense. Like I love you apparently just isn't allowed. You gotta do this other shit.
Well, even Joy says that to Becky. Becky says, she's like, I thought when she said things like that, that's her way of showing love.
Yeah, it's an as you wish situation.
Yeah, exactly.
An Asyouwishuation.
I mean, if we would have recast Wesley as Stephanie Shu.
Oh my God. Oh, that's hot. I'm into it.
Listen to our Princess Bride episode. Keep going.
Yes. What are you doing, people? How could you not? Princess Bride, one of the all-time greats. So Evelyn's hustling for people to come to the party. Wayman gives Gramps some noodles. I heard that a lot of other cultures outside of America don't have, quote, breakfast foods.
Correct.
But it's a thing we're obsessed with over here, but not everywhere.
I would say we have it. I'd say that's probably something that we've inherited from our British colonial.
Yeah, it's a colonizer
very
thing.
Anglo-centric. But I know when, like, on Taskmaster, Fern Brady brought in her favorite, I think it was Korean breakfast food, which was like a savory soup. With, like, noodles or was it breakfast stew or something, like. I don't know, we're big on bacon and eggs and coffee down here, so like that's good stuff. If only I could eat eggs, and if only bacon wasn't so high in fat.
Oh, I'm
gonna eat bacon and eggs. I better not have anything planned for the rest of the day.
So after that little interaction with Evelyn, we get a quick little shot of Joy in her driver's seat looking heartbroken. And we don't get any of Becky, even though I believe Becky's in the car with her. It's like they want us to see her miserable.
Yeah, Becky gets in the car with her. And then you also see Evelyn, like, feeling really guilty as she walked away, but she doesn't know how else to be. And you could see she's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Little regret. But she's like, she hasn't seen any other way of being. We've seen her father.
Yeah, guy's a dickhead. But she's seen her husband. This is my problem with my mom. Like, you see your husband being beloved by everyone who meets him. I don't know, maybe try to cramp some of that style. I mean, not cramp style. Bite some of that rhyme, you know? It's not hard.
I would say that's our instinct as autistic people who have had to mask our whole lives, because that's how we learn behaviors.
Is by modeling the normies.
Whereas, to my understanding, neurotypicals don't learn that way.
Very strange.
I don't get it. I'm like, how? You mean you people just know this shit?
Neurotypicals need to be visited by 3 ghosts before going to
You people just
therapy.
know this shit automatically. You didn't have to, like, watch a bunch of other people observe it, come to the conclusion, and then implement that in your life. Apparently not. They just know. Yeah. Boring neurotypicals. Anyway.
Oh, man. What are they doing? Running everything. Up in the house, Wayman tries to talk to Evelyn and as she gets back to the taxes. And there's this boom. The titles come up. Music roars. 12-minute cold open. That's pretty, right? Yeah, everything at 12 minutes 9. And then all of a sudden we see a pizza board spinner outside of the Internal Revenue Service. Yeah.
So many little num-num-nums. I bet we see Ratatouille playing somewhere in the background at some points to, like, the Rakakuni, which possibly is my favorite scene. One of them.
Oh, poor Rakakuni.
It's all right. It'll be okay.
Immediately, they're lying to Gong Gong, like, we're coming to the IRS to expand our business? What?
Well, they're relying on his limited English or non. I don't think it's implied even. I imagine he's the type to like choose not to.
Like he doesn't pay any attention to business.
No, he doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know what they're actually.
How
and
about
different
this
countries,
moment?
not every country. IRS is a very American thing.
Let's make the tax code so complicated that like you have to come hat in hand to us to beg us to make you fill out forms correctly. Like it's absurd.
No, but they're auditing. They're getting audited. That happens here too with the ATO, which is the Australian Tax Office, which is our equivalent of the IRS.
But it's made super complicated on the front end so that they aren't just capturing fraudsters, they're also just fucking up everyone's lives, you know.
Well, Evelyn mentions really early on that Deirdre is targeting the Chinese community.
Yeah. Yeah. This moment where Wayman sees this old couple happy and in love.
My
really
heart.
Sad.
Which is why he hasn't served her, right?
Well, this
He's
is what he wants.
He's not serving her with divorce papers. He's got the divorce papers to try and encourage discussion in the hope of saving their marriage. Because if he really wanted to divorce her, he would have just served her.
Yeah. But at this point in the story, my first time through, I'm thinking he's feeling bad because this is what he wanted. It didn't work out. You know, he's going to have to give up everything and start all over.
I think that's part of it. I think you're right. That's part of it.
But the part that you're mentioning is important. He's still hopeful that it'll work out.
Well, that's because he's Wayman.
Yeah.
He's, you know, this is like hope springs eternal.
They're in the elevator. Some really nice cinematography here. The lighting is just gorgeous. And all of a sudden he's somebody else and he's doing some secret agent shit.
Oh, we missed the bit where he was doing it in the security cameras earlier too.
Oh, right before the dancing, he's like climbing all over the desk.
Yeah, because we're only seeing it from the multiple security cameras, so we see him jump from camera to camera.
Yeah.
And he's like parkouring over desks. He goes and grabs something, which I assume is the umbrella.
Oh, because he thought he would need it?
Or he grabs the divorce paperwork so he can write. Well, he knew he was going to need it because he knew he was going to have to block out the camera in the lift.
Wow.
Because you have that conversation in the lift because it's there's only one camera there, whereas clearly like from because they can't show it on the camera because Alpha Wayman doesn't want maybe Jobu Chapaki would find them that way.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way of knowing who her associates are, what she's got herself into.
Or she can also just come and bring the power and bring and all her like evil cult, donut bagel cult, circle people.
Man, cultists are weird, huh?
Yes. I am doing you know what a like cult and girl obsessive I am.
Oh, they're so upsetting.
I do. It's my one true crime weakness, and
I've done several episodes about them on my my first podcast.
Maybe you need to bring it back and bring me on because I know some shit.
I love it.
Pretty much every book ever released by an ex-Scientologist, put it that way.
Oh, God, what a fucked up organization.
The best one is the one by David Miscavige's father. The man who raised that man who is basically now the Pope of Scientology.
Yeah. That weird motherfucking dude.
The confronting of the father confronting what did I do for it to wind up. This is powerful read. Anyway, continue on.
Yeah, dramatic music plays. He takes his glasses off. He does some shit with his... He had an umbrella in his fanny pack.
I think because he runs into the office and grabs something when we see him doing the parkouring on the cameras.
Maybe it was the fanny pack. Unless he always has that on him.
I think he seemed to already have it on him. That's why I think it's either the divorce papers. He also fits a lot into that bum bag.
He
which is
sure
what we
does.
call fanny packs, because fanny means something very different down here.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, we call that a bum bag. Which, to be fair, is almost a synonym if we use the American usage of fanny.
Yeah, bum bag's easier to say than bum pack.
But I like the alliteration as well.
Yeah. Alliteration is great. So shit starts getting weird. And then I wrote this note. I don't know what it means. Abandoned by Gong Gong for love?
Well, he chose, when she chose to be with Waymond.
Oh, he sort of wrote her off.
Yeah, he did. He was like, you're pretty much dead to me.
Ah, that is fucked up.
Yeah, so I don't think that's what she's got so much shame about her father. Yeah, and she's got a little Cyberman, Lumen Industries.
The Bluetooth thingy.
I think that's why I resisted Bluetooth headphones for so long.
Because of that Cyberman shit?
Like, I flatly refused. I was like, do you want Cyberman? Because this is how you get Cyberman.
Yeah, they'll stick shit in your ears and you'll be done. That's a wrap.
Yes. Oh, here we go. So we're getting...
In the elevator, we get like a portal into her past, right? Is this her past or one of her alternate selves?
No, this is the past that she's... Because it says her first love. She meets Waymond in primary school. He's trying to convince her to go away. If you abandon this family for that silly boy, then we will abandon you. You're not my daughter anymore.
Yes, that is fucked.
And then they're in America, and I think the implication is her dad's quite well off, high in the army kind of vibe. And now she's running a laundromat. She's like, and look, yeah, father, it's me again, just wondering when you'll call back. She's depressed because she has no relationship with her father. She's missing her family. And then she's pregnant. And you see how much she loves Joy when she's a baby. They're all running around and then cutting to them fighting. That broke my heart. That scene where it just, that 2 seconds in that flashback. Yeah, and this is where we find out Gong Gong's sick. Because it says, Mrs. Wong, we're calling about your father. So that's why he's there. It's literally everything up to now. I only noticed this in my note-taking watch last night. So
fascinating. So she is super jazzed as she comes out of this vision, and she like takes the divorce papers, and he tells her she won't remember. I love this secret agent shit. It reminds me again of True Lies, where the like car salesman is trying to convince her that he says, "Oh no, spoiler alert." I
haven't seen it.
You simply must watch it, although there is a quite racist racial stereotype of an Arab group.
Yeah, I struggle. Like, this is my problem with a lot of... I struggle with that it was the 90s, we didn't know better.
And I do want to correct, I only saw it the once. They might not have been Arabs, they might have been Muslim. And in which case, I'm terribly sorry. I couldn't remember. I mean, I imagine
if it's if it's a racist portrayal, it could be combining a whole bunch of different cultures that.
Yes, excellent point.
Not have the care to nuance in Hollywood in the 90s, whereas thanks to the internet, we know it better now.
There's this moment where it seems like he wants to kiss her. But he doesn't. I assume
his wife
because
is dead.
His wife's dead, and
she looks like him.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was some excellent flashback to human nature. John Smith is dead, and you look like him.
Oh, heartbreaking.
But that's what it would be, right? With a multiverse situation as well. And your partner's dead.
Yeah, and you'd just be looking at them and you're like, are you anything like them?
Can say, without a doubt, if I had the opportunity, would absolutely step into a universe where Troy didn't die.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
But what if you were happily married? I guess here she's not really happily married, so it's not quite that situation.
Yeah, but it's also her. Like, it's what to step. I would happily step into a unit where Troy was alive and we're happily married. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, no question.
Yeah. Of course, he has to fight a war, so he doesn't really get a choice either way. Can't be causing drama.
But this is also not the first Evelyn he's met. Like, this is one of many.
Yes,
he's
of course.
been trying to find the Evelyn who can stand up to Jobu's level of chaos.
We never get a number, like how many days they've been driving this van around. Like,
I think it's better that way because the implication of infinitus.
Like, has it been 10 years of this shit or a week? You know?
I think the implication is it's been going a while because they have to, like, it would have taken some hardcore trial and error.
Both for the heroes and the villain, you know, as time goes by, they learn their skills.
Well, no, that's the point. Jobu
faster.
gets it instantly because they flood her brain with everything everywhere all at once. That's that's how she becomes Jobu Tupaki. Because they were trying to teach her. She was supposed to be the most
So that's
talented.
what makes me think that he hasn't actually been doing it all that long, because she's so friggin' competent and powerful. Surely she would have got him by now. You know what I mean?
She's got to get it from somewhere. He's not without. And with infinitus amount of multiverses, Jobu Tupaki could be in any of them anytime. Like she says, she likes to go to some of the ones where the human life didn't evolve and just hang out and be a rock.
Wow.
So I get the impression from Jobu that she's been doing this for so long. Because otherwise, how would you get to the point where you were depressed enough to put everything on a bagel to throw yourself into it? Because that was all the bagel is the only way she can think of to kill herself.
We don't know all her different lives, but we do know that in his world, in the Alphaverse, she was a child, she was raised, at a certain point she went nuts.
Yeah, because
but I think
her
she was an
fucking
adult
mother
when she
pushed
went
her too
nuts.
hard into the verse jump, because Evelyn's the most skilled verse jump technician as far as like inventing the tech and being behind the tech. And then her kid has the most talent at it. And so she pushes her to the point where she becomes insane.
Interesting.
That is a trope I've seen in other things, and I can't think of. But yeah, where the kid gets pushed.
Pushed too hard. I mean, Neon Genesis Evangelion does some stuff around that, but the kids choose to do the thing. There's not a lot of hand-wringing.
Well, I didn't get the impression she forced it on her. I think it's more that, which is definitely a stereotype of Asian parenting about the extreme amount of pressure.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say I'd take that back. I would rather word it. I think children of immigrants,
right?
Particularly coming from.
Yeah, that pressure to do better, to be secure.
Well, if you've risked everything to rebuild your life in a new country, you're like, God damn it, kid, do you know what I got through to get you here? You need to take advantage of all these wonderful opportunities you have, or what they feel like are wonderful opportunities, but you've also got plenty of opportunities to be depressed.
Yeah. Yeah, Casey was like, she is extremely creative and like artistic, and that was not according to plan. Like so many things about being an American and like growing up in American schools and all this stuff, your values are just completely different. And the tension apparently is just over the top.
Crazy Rich Asians covers a lot of this as well.
Yeah, because the more I empathize, the more I think about like what it would be like for me to go to another country and not speak the language very well and not know the culture very well, and then try to raise a kid that can survive to adulthood in that world. Like, it's got to be daunting as hell. And the daughter may not survive. She's clearly depressed. Like we don't know if she's in crisis necessarily, but she's certainly, maybe she's attempted suicide in the past. Like she's in a bad way, especially if Jobu Tapaki is like part of her psyche, potentially. Do we think that she was also pressured in the same way, just not with science?
She being
Joy, pressured by
clearly.
Evelyn.
Absolutely. Because it's the only example of parenting she's had.
Right.
So in Evelyn's mind, that's how you parent. So her father clearly put that same kind of pressure on her to live the life he wanted for her rather than her own life.
What a jerk. Gosh.
Yeah, not a good dude.
Oh, it's funny when he comes out of the trance or switches brains or whatever, Wayman does. He goes, wow, what a fast elevator.
Wow, 这个电梯好快哦。
Oh, shit. We get a nice establishing shot of the floor, the IRS floor. We're going to be spending a lot of time here, so they really give us like a good geography of the space. And then we get to Jamie Lee Curtis. Deirdre.
It's such a surprise. Like, you're just like, oh my God, it's Jamie Lee.
Yeah.
Especially when, apart from Becky and like a couple of customers, most of the cast has been Asian. You didn't really expect a big name.
A big name white.
Yeah.
What's more likely, that they shelled out a bunch of money for her, or that she took a lower salary or even scale, maybe points on the back end?
No, I would refer you to the interview on Graham Norton with I think it was Carrie Fisher. When you're over a certain age and they come to you with a script, do you want to be in this? You say yes, because there's not a whole lot of options. And judging by her IMDb, she'll not active. But there were why would she do a one episode role in NCIS? Reno 911. These are not high profile, prestigious TV shows that, are on par on production level with a film.
Wow.
These are, procedurals.
Okay, I have a question for you. Another hypothetical. Would you rather have many years of like not a lot of work, but an incredible legacy in cinema, or like continuous work and security and like your name's out there and you're in a bunch of good things, but not this film?
Probably the second one, but that's also the reason I didn't pursue. Guy was actually a pretty good actor when I was young.
Nice.
It was what I wanted to be. Massive theatre kid. I used to, as long as it wasn't a singing role, I'd just smash everyone in my town and get the roles.
Nice.
My problem was they mostly put on musicals and my singing voice was not up to scratch.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
That's a shame.
That's all I ever wanted to be. And then I wanted to be like actor/director. And the reason I made a conscious choice not to pursue it when I finished school was the rejection. I did not think my mental health was up to the consistent rejection that would come with building a career as a working actor.
Yeah, it's a lot like baseball in that way, where like failure is just a huge part of it. Just continuous long stretches of struggling for money, having to get day jobs that you hate, like just all kinds of nonsense. I just watched a great movie about a couple that did a Neil Diamond tribute thing.
Oh, the Hugh Jackman, Kate Hudson.
Yeah, with
one?
Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. Very good. But
Kate Hudson. I love Hugh
but
Jackman.
it really showed like some people will go to any lengths to continue performing regularly, even if it like fucks up their home life or whatever. But most of us get a day job and that's the end of it.
Well, I didn't have the words for it at the time, but it was absolutely the RSD.
It's interesting. I wonder if that's what happened to me. Because like I didn't get the role of Oliver, even though I was, in my opinion, a better singer and dancer and maybe actor. But because I didn't and I was stuck in the chorus, it was kind of like the last straw for me. But I also had a bunch of terrible shit happening at home. So it was like, who knows, chicken or egg.
I stuck around and like everything shifted for me when my parents split up. When I was 14, and so I was an extracurricular nerd kid. Like I had a different activity on every night of the week after school. Like St. John's Cadets on Mondays, Girl Guides on Tuesdays, piano lessons on Wednesdays, netball on Thursdays. And jazz ballet on Fridays for a while. It was the 90s. Or like various other kind of after school kids club kind of things, a lot of church groups. So, and then my parents split up, we moved to the city, and Mum didn't give a shit. And so I was 14, so I was becoming a teenager. And so it was like two sides of the fence, very much such a clear line in my life.
It's very hard that moment you realize your mom doesn't give a shit. My brother was slapping me around or doing some fucked up thing. And I ran upstairs and I go, Mom, Greg's doing this shit. And she said, working them out amongst yourselves. She was talking on the phone or doing the dishes or something. And like, that was the moment I was like, I'm on my own. I'm going to have to get a job. I was 12. You know?
Yeah. So yeah, when I was 14.
Fuck. It sucks.
And then suddenly I've moved from this like 1,500 people town, very conservative, very quiet, to the big smoke. So Adelaide, which is one of the smaller capital cities in Australia, but it's still got 1.5 million.
That is a big city compared to
2 now.
Where I am.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it's we're very into hubs in Australia. But and also the internet came about at bang on that time as well. So I suddenly had access to chat rooms and ICQ and IRC. And I was no longer reliant on school for social interactions, which I just didn't know how to do school without becoming bullied. I thought when I changed schools it would all be different. And then I used to say they could smell it on me. I used to think it was like a victim mentality that they could smell on me. I now realize that I was fucking autistic. And
so here's the thing. Number one, they smell the autism. But number two, if you have like trauma, especially like, I don't know, abuse, the predators can smell it on you. Like, it's just, you know, and if you have both, it's even worse. Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. But then through the internet, I was able to find like-minded, and mostly people my own age. Like, everyone was afraid back then that it was like some sort of
you're lurking pervos pretending to be kids. Like, yeah, they were there, but there were
not in my
them.
Kids are pretty discerning. Like, I was able to certainly. I mean, I dated some guys who were probably a little bit older than was appropriate. But I also was sneaking out night clubbing from when I was 15 because it became clear to me that my mum didn't give a shit.
That's dangerous.
So my response to that, I also found all the counterculture people. So all the goths, the hip hoppers, the punks. Yeah. Once I'd found those people, I was like, oh, you guys, for whatever reason, you guys can't smell it on me. And then I've now figured out that it's because we're all the same. And I'm still very close with people I met through that era to this day. Like a couple of my closest friends. Shout out Sam and Shauna. And Adam.
What's up, Sam and Shauna?
Not that Sam.
Well, shit. We are 18 minutes and 44 seconds into this film.
To be honest, we did better than I thought we were going to do when you called 7 minutes.
Yeah, I have it paused on her being sucked into the janitor's closet across the room, rolling back in a chair. So I'll just leave it there. Some really great action shooting. I'm sure a lot of it is CGI, but like it doesn't look super fake, you know, when they go like.
I believe that what they did was they worked closely, like it was like students. Something along those lines where they like worked. That's how they basically got like all the young, hot, talented SFX people and let them fucking go ham. Like, didn't be controlling about it. Give these kids an opportunity. Pay them.
You know what that reminds me of is how one of the reasons they think Star Wars worked so well is because George Lucas delegated to people who were the best in their field. And if he had been like everything has to be exactly my vision guy, it would have not worked. But because he like leaned on all these different
it's that auteur theory of mine that they all become pretentious wankers when people stop telling them no.
Yes, that is a concern.
Someone needs to be there editing you. It's why early Scorsese is better. It's why early Tarantino is better. It's why all these auteur wankers. So I think I will always kind of hold that The Prestige is Nolan's greatest work. But it's for like, I think getting this young hot talent and just letting them breathe and letting them do them instead of trying to be controlling on how they would achieve things was a really effective way to get a really good job done.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see how this ages because, as we know, practical effects age better.
Yes.
But I also trust that the Daniels are sensible enough to understand that as well.
Yeah, I feel like they pack a lot of artistry and beauty into like nearly every shot, which can go a lot of way to lessen the impact of a funky laser or whatever, you know, like the movie isn't about trippy visuals, you know, even though there are some. There's no Godzilla, you know.
It's them doing weird shit. All the trippy visuals are actors doing weird shit so they can burst jump.
Yes. I want to talk about that in great detail in part 2 of this conversation.
Absolutely.
Because, like, the one major critique I have of this is how much it relies on that's so random. But it's a brilliant film. So, like, yeah, it'll be a weird conversation.
I think not thinking of it as random, I think thinking of it as statistically unlikely, which is the wording the Alphaverse people use.
Yes. Yeah, I think the person that says doing weird things is when Joy and Waymond are in the background, in the back of the shot, and they're like, maybe you need to do weird things to get the power. Something like that. But it's not
weird things, it's statistically improbable things.
Right, yes.
That's why some of them are a bit like professing love to Deirdre and meaning it. compared to paper cuts between each finger.
Yeah, and it's not such a fussy film that it needs to make each one intensely meaningful like that. A lot of them are just silly gags like the butt plug and so forth.
Oh, and the little Easter eggs everywhere, like the where I've got it paused, you can see the paper where she circled something, like the bagel.
Oh, the bagel,
references.
yes.
Circular references just keep, like, even, like, her having the O on her head comes from one of the things she does to, Deirdre does to Verse Jump is staple the receipt to her head. It's not even about that.
Yeah.
But then, like, it's like, what, it's chicken and the egg, right?
Yeah.
Which, by the answer to that, by the way, is egg. Animals had eggs before chickens existed.
Oh, I mean, fish have eggs, for Christ's sake.
Dinosaurs had eggs.
Yeah. I mean, chickens are just little dinosaurs.
Very true.
Yes. We are going to be back, folks. We're going to cover this film the way it was meant to be covered in 7-hour increments.
Look, if this goes... Have we done one that's gone to 4 episodes yet?
Not yet.
I keep thinking the one we're currently doing at any given point is the one that's going to go to 3 episodes, 4 episodes. It'll happen eventually. It's probably going to be.
Are we the Stanley Kubrick of podcast hosts at this point?
Do we need someone to edit us? Do you mean?
Folks, if you'd like to volunteer to be our live editor, contact us on Facebook. We are also, you can contact me anywhere online at El Jefe Tacoma. Jessie?
You can contact me at Cosmic Cowgirl, starting with a K. But we are also now, I can give the pleasure of announcing, we are now on Instagram.
Holy shit. Banner day. Glitter, confetti, the whole thing.
So I'll be putting, I think, some fun episodes up. I think I'm just going to start just dropping them randomly.
Hell yes.
So people can get on there and check us out. Maybe we should start taking the occasional like fun screenshots so we can drop it on the Insta. Just came up with that.
Oh, hell
idea.
Yeah.
So if you want to know what we're like, what it looks like, how do we fit in what you're picturing when we chat, when you're listening? I don't know. I do that.
Yes.
I try to imagine my podcasters while they're podcasting.
I love that. I'm going to have to, the only way you can get gallery view on Zoom is if you record to the cloud. I don't know why. It's annoying.
I've got both of us up right now.
But if you make that record, if you play the video recording and you're recording direct to your computer's hard drive, it makes it in like switch back and forth view. It's super annoying. But unless I just am doing my settings wrong. This is boring admin for the listener. Listener, we'll do recommendations next time.
Oh, well, I think it's important to just quickly highlight the two films as recommendations. Crazy Rich Asians, Swiss Army Man. Get around both of those people. They are, if you like Michelle Yeoh, Crazy Rich Asians. If you like The Weird and Wonderful and you want to see some absolutely original, you wouldn't even begin to, you couldn't begin, I'm not even going to describe it. Watch Swiss Army Man.
Yeah, and while you're at it, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Section 31.
So good. Even Section 31, as terrible as it is, Emperor Giorgio
At least early Discovery.
Just absolutely incredible. I am trying to angle myself onto a podcast that talks about time travel purely so I can convince them to watch Terra Firma. Like, no other reason. I just love that fucking pair of episodes so much that I want everyone to see it and to appreciate it. as much as I do. Emperor Giorgio fucking rules. And she's so hot.
Oh, yes,
She
absolutely.
rocks it.
1000%, 10 out of 10 would do.
I hope there's a Star Trek fan drag queen that like styles themselves after her, because she's great. That golden armor, or like her hot, sexy spy outfits.
Plenty of drag queens are plenty nerdy. I believe in it.
Send us pictures if you're out there.
Yeah, I want to
wanna see
see
videos
all
of
of
these
your best
Giorgio
Emperor
clones.
Giorgio drag.
Terra Firma. It's good. Check it out. So we ended up doing recommendations after all. That's fine. I've got to go eat dinner. It's 10:45. Jessie,
Yes.
thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Please share this show with everyone you know. Again, look at the socials, new Instagram page. Yeah, we're going to be giving you all kinds of content. And of course, still covering Star Trek The Next Generation. We've moved on to season 2, but I don't think I've released those episodes yet. I don't think I've finished with We'll Always Have
You're
Paris.
getting into the good bits of next. I always find season 1 such a drag.
Yeah, and season 2 is not perfect by any means. But yeah, once it gets to season 3, best of both worlds, like, yeah, it's cooking. We also covered a couple of X-Files episodes way back in the early days of this show. We did Beyond the Sea and Humbug and the pilot. So that's a pitch for the show. Also, listen to Shattered Worlds RPG. I just did an ad for the first time in years. So we might see a little bump over there. Greatest Trek fans. And if any of them migrate over here, welcome. And I hope you enjoy the show.
Wow, 这个电梯好快哦！
A huge thanks to James Lark of jameslark.co.uk for providing our wonderful theme song. Thank you, James.
Yeah, there's so much wrong with Braveheart.
Okay, we don't have time to go into Dunkirk, Braveheart, and all of historical cinema. Let's focus in.
What? Jeff, no. And before we start, one other thing to mention, I do have a tattoo that is Everything Everywhere All at Once, dedicated in combination with Ted Lasso. So I can even send you some pictures if you want to put it in the show notes. But it's a
that'd be fun.
giant goldfish swimming past 2 rocks with googly eyes. One there, another one there. And then the words, be curious, be kind, be a goldfish, be a rock. Which I think are the main lessons from both Ted Lasso and Everything Ever All at Once.
Yeah.
And I think the messaging, like particularly the kindness messaging, crosses over beautifully, and be kind is a really important part of my personal life philosophy. Because Sam Raimi is a great director. Like, I'm a big Xena fan. How can you not? You know, essential part of any 90s girl bisexual awakening. One of my all-time favorite films that I loved through the 90s was The Quick and the Dead, which no one ever rates, no one ever talks about, but it's got Gene Hackman, it's got Sharon Stone, it's got Russell Crowe, it's got Leonardo DiCaprio, and it's all about this, like, gunfighting competition. Yeah, it's got Rusty. And this is before, I think this was even pre-LA Confidential, certainly pre-Gladiator, like before he became the big bankable. Same with Leo. Leo is a very unknown role for Leo. The main character is played by Sharon Stone, and the main villain is Gene Hackman. So they're kind of peripheral characters almost, Rusty and Leo.
That movie hit me right at my burnt out on Westerns phase. I really should go back.
Yeah, it's one of my
take a
favorite
look.
Westerns.
Another one came out at that time with Drew Barrymore.
Oh, yeah, the Wild Girls.
Wild Girls.
I think it was called Wild Girls. Because they were like, it was kind of like Young Guns with women.
Yeah.
Which I do like young. My dad was huge into Westerns. Like, one of his two all-time favorite films, my dad, were, Scent of a Woman and Tombstone.
Tombstone is much beloved.
Oh, it's my favorite Val Kilmer performance in anything ever.
I'm your Huckleberry.
I'm your Huckleberry. I have 2 guns, one for each of you. But my parents used to quote, like, you know, it seems why my hypocrisy knows no bounds. Amazing. Ugh.
Hell yeah.
And I can't remember. Oh, Westerns, yeah. Like, so The Quick and the Dead for me was, this was like peak. I had the biggest Leonardo DiCaprio obsession when I was a teenager. I'm sure I've mentioned it before. I had a single wall that was all Leonardo DiCaprio posters.
Yeah.
I called it the Great Wall of Leo. Obsessed.
That is not crazy at all. The Great Wall of Leo.
It was crazy in only the way a 13-year-old girl can be, right? Like, there's a certain level of obsession that a, like, tween, preteen kind of teenage girl can obsess to a whole other level. And I was that age when Titanic came out. I had no chance.